Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Montoya, and no, the thumbnail is not actual clickbait this time. For the first time since, 2018 when they mentioned this stuff, is even earlier than that. For the first time in a long time, we actually have something about the Titan suits. If you are new, the Titan suit pictured over here is their idea of an exosuit. Titanfall fans rejoice because I know this is a much anticipated and much wanted part of the game, and they've teased about it in the past with some images. Obviously, this is one of the early ones. It looks like he's carrying a size 1 weapon. Would it be awesome just to rip a size 1 gun off a ship and use it on that? That'd be great. Here is a more recent image here of what the Titan suit concept would look like. Let's theory craft about what it can do in a second, but the mention of it comes from the Squadron 42 update, and it's a second paragraph which says background AI was developed for sick characters, medical wards, and emergency exits from object use. The team also worked on the Castac Arms sniper rifle. I love my sniper rifles. I can never have enough. Let's hope that's a nice pretty one. And began reviewing the first pass of the Titan animation rig. And the Titan animation rig is very likely that and the image in my thumbnail. So, exciting for many reasons. Number one is this is a much anticipated and much wanted addition to the game. Obviously, first thoughts are this goes towards something PvP or PvE related where you're fighting things or simply carrying large boxes instead of using a tractor beam. There's a lot of possibilities, and there's also, I guess, questions about where will it fit. Some ships won't be able to carry it. Some ships will carry it. Is it just for PvP? Can you do other things? The mind races. Yes, it does. I love my my Mech Warrior games. I love Titanfall, and so I really do want to see some of these Titan suits coming to the game sooner than later. So for me, that's one of the more exciting things to happen. There's also a starcitizen monthly report. We'll go through some of that in a second. But the mere blurb, that one sentence there about the Titan animation rig, for me is actually the most exciting thing in the game, because you want one of these in the cargo of your ship, and you know there's going to be custom paint jobs, right? You know there'll be all the different pinks and purples and blacks and silvers and chrome. You get to personalize it 100%. It's going to be like a vehicle. You get to put any paint job on it. And I definitely love the idea of landing in some hostile environment, whether it's PvP or some PvP or PvE, and you need yourself some extra protection above what the heavy armor offers. I can only assume it's going to be much like a vehicle, where there'll be, I wonder it'll be faster using this than running on foot. I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns. There's very little we know about it besides these images here. But good to see it being mentioned, and looking forward to seeing what comes with it. So CIG, please, more. Don't drip us out over 10 years. Give us a bit more on this. I insist, I demand, or I'll stamp my feet. But PU monthly report, lots of interesting tidbits in here too. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but a wealth of information of all the things coming. And I love that image there by Ixate. Beautiful shot there for the recent Valentine's Day thing we had. Another one there. I love the images that people put up. So creative. But instead of reading the whole thing for you, Reddit has actually gone and given us the summary of the most important things we need to know. So thank you very much there, Fugu 2005. The team also began looking at lockers and how to best create outfits as a predefined collection of items that can be equipped or worn in a single action. Yes, so much yes. If you haven't played Star Citizen, basically every piece of armor, there's the helmet, the shoulders, the torso, the legs, all separate. And you always have to drag them on and put them on one by one, as opposed to just a one-time thing. Same for the civilian outfits. If you're going to put on your jacket, you need shoes, you need pants. I guess it's immersive in a way, but you know what? I just want to click a button and I want everything on at once. I want my med pen, I want the ammo, I want the gun with the attachments, I want a predefined locker. Equip and everything in the locker on me immediately. Saves so much time, and it'll just make things a whole lot easier. I know a lot of people like to role play, where they like to land on the planets and just be in their civilian clothing, not walk around in heavy armor with a rocket launcher on your back. So this will allow you to essentially click a button as you leave your ship. put on your civilian clothing, and off you go. It's great for role playing. Also, it's also great just for running around. If you're running around in heavy armor, it takes a toll on you physically. Running around in civilian clothing is much easier and much faster. So yes, 1,000 times yes to that, and I'm glad to see it come in. I'm hoping it also includes basically putting on, as I mentioned, certain grenades or med pens or med guns, whatever it is, as part of that. They'll definitely make a big difference in the way you play the game. I know a lot of people don't want to wear armor. They want to just wear your normal clothing and, just stick on a helmet when they have to, or some basic armor. So this helps a lot with that. So happy to see this is one of the features they are looking at. Next top comment here came from Needles. And Needles is saying, why am I not excited? Also, the Planet Graphics team worked together on the new water system. Now, it's funny because if you think about it, I don't know if you guys do this, but every time I go to a game, water and puddles or the ocean or lakes is one of the things I look at, and to see how the water moves, how the sunlight reflects off it, how it reacts with the tides. And I don't know, it's one of the things I look at. So I'm glad to see I'm not the only one, because he's asking here, he says, this is still an early stage, but aims to allow for GPU wave ripple simulations at multiple scales, as well as network synced impacts for larger events like spaceships crashing into water. Yeah, tell me you have not gotten some game with any kind of weapon and shot at the water expecting to see a big splash where the projectiles hit. And when you don't get that splash, it's disappointing. So yes, I do want to see water react to that. So yes, thank you, Needles. I do agree with you, everything you said there. Here's the next interesting topic, and you wouldn't know how important this is until it's mentioned, but the King Stranger here saying the team's also finished base skeleton for boids, which are birdoid objects, which enables small groups of small creatures like birds, fish, and rats. Up in the sky, a bunch of birds flying overhead. That's what it is. Or if you're in Lorville and you're around a garbage dump, you expect to see insects scurrying around or some rats running around. That's what that is there too. This kind of thing brings life into the verse. It makes things feel alive, that things are living there. And it's a small thing, but so important, because when you look out in the corner and you see the garbage, you want to see little things scurrying around. You look up in the sky, you want to see flocks of birds flying around. Now, I'm talking like millions of birds, maybe 10, 20, 30 of them. I don't know what they'll do, but very important little thing there, and definitely very important, bringing life to what is now a rather empty and devoid universe. Oh, here's a comment talking about the Titan animation rig. I know it'll be a while, but this guy wants to see squads of Titans clanking up down the ramp, of carrying boxes. Definitely, those can be used for cargo. But I mean, we have the tractor beams, the handheld tractor beams, and the heavy handheld ones also. Maybe there'll be a third tractor beam which only a Titan can use. Makes sense. It's possible. 50 riding on top of a Kraken. Yeah. Oh, the possibilities are endless now. Not so smart. Picking up some important topics here. The location team completed the exteriors of the Seraphim station and 3 Stanton jump points. He says this is interesting for 2 reasons. The team completed 3 jump points. That'll be Pyro, Magnus, and Terra. Pyro, I can understand, but completed Magnus and Terra this early might be a clue to more happening under the hood than expected. And I would agree. We definitely are being kept in the dark about a lot more than we have in the past, for the reason that people get overly excited about things when they announce things which are not ready yet, and then they don't come out in 6 months or a year. People get pissed. So CIG seems to be taking the strategy now of simply not saying anything and then saving it for release. I'm going to guess CitizenCon will be one of those times where they show us a lot more than we expected. Pyro plus Magnus and Terra. Likely. Let's see what happens there. Seraphim Systems can eventually become Crusader Industries, so this is likely a station under CI's influence. What is Seraphim Station? Is there a replacement port for Alisar or a new station? So Alisar is, well, not spoilers, but does everyone know it's going to get destroyed? I don't know, but it will. All right, so a lot to figure out there. And again, I do think they're holding back on telling us exactly where they are because they're saving it for an event. I think CitizenCon is going to be one of those events. But a lot more great stuff in the PU Monthly Report. I'll leave a link for you below. You can read it yourself. This is a beautiful shot of the new and upcoming change in Lorville. Look like yellow holographic lights and things there. I love the black and yellow color scheme they've going there. It is beautiful. And I've got my new PC is arriving hopefully next week. I haven't played for a while because of the absolutely terrible performance my current PC is giving me. So new PC hopefully by next week this time, and I'm looking forward to getting to the game. I'll make a video about that because it's been a long time, and I've actually never seen the clouds. I've had to turn off the clouds everywhere because my performance is bad. So this is the first time I'll be running it at full graphics. So I'm going to make a video recording my reaction when I get that, and I'm sure you don't want to miss that. But for now, ladies and gents, thank you very much for you watching all the way to the end. If you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, you meatbag. I'll catch you in the next one.